So here we go again, more Cyberpunk 2077 news updates for you. We're talking about patch 1.1. We've got a source here that's saying to keep an eye out towards the end of the week for that one. Of course, what we do know officially is that, we're going to be getting patch 1.1 and then patch 1.2 shortly after that, and then multiple updates and improvements. But we've got number 33 on trending for gaming on YouTube. It is, of course, Crowbcat, who has returned, and he has a 41-minute video here, as you can see, about Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to have to talk about this one for sure, because Cyberpunk has actually made Crowbcat come out of retirement. I hope I'm saying that name right, by the way. Plus, we've got some other news here that Cyberpunk price has plummeted, which is never a good sign. And then check this out. This is really cool as well. The voice of Jackie Wells wouldn't mind coming back as a DLC upload in Cyberpunk 2077. So that's really interesting stuff. Could we be seeing prequel content for Cyberpunk 2077? So welcome back, everyone. Hope you're doing good. Open World Games here, and let's dive into the latest happenings right now around Cyberpunk. So this comes from Cyberpunk 2077 community. They're a pretty good source about all things Cyberpunk. It says we should be hearing more about Cyberpunk 2077 patch 1.1 soon. Not sure if it's slated for this week, but keep an eye out towards the end of the week. Eyeballs. So keep your eyes open. I will keep you guys in the know about that one. Of course, we're getting closer and closer to that first patch. Of course, that is official because we were told a couple days ago that we'd be getting a new update in 10 days. And we're getting to 7 days until we see that patch, or even 7 days or something like that. But after that, we will be seeing other patches as well in early 2021, and then multiple update improvements. Very vague stuff, of course, and then almost halfway through 2022, expect those free DLC drops. But Crowbcat here has returned with his Cyberpunk 2077 video. It's definitely worth watching. Check it out in the description below. He's like the expert at comparing what was promised versus with what we were actually delivered. I'm not going to show all of it, of course, because check him out. He's already at 2 million views, 33 trending for gaming. But some really good points in that video for sure. 41 minutes worth of content. Oh my god. There's stuff in there that I didn't even know about that's going on with Cyberpunk. So check it out. But also, this is not good news. Cyberpunk 2077 price has plummeted to only $30. That is definitely not good news. You can get this Steelbook edition for $30 as well. But also, it's noted if you buy the PS4 and Xbox One buyers, beware though. So right now they are fixing and addressing issues with the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game. But $30 today for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. It's definitely worth that price, of course, especially when we're talking about the next-gen consoles. But it's typically not that normal to see a game drop to that price so quickly. It means that possibly the game is struggling, of course, given all the bad press. But this is definitely really interesting. A lot of you guys want to see more of Jackie Wells, and a lot of you were really disappointed in how they actually handled his character in the game, in that he actually died really, really soon. Way too soon for most of us, because we wanted to spend a bit more time with our buddy Jackie Wells. So it says this, voice of Jackie Wells wouldn't mind coming back as DLC upload. This is what it says right here. The voice of Jackie Wells, Jason Hightower, has said he wouldn't mind coming back as a DLC upload similar to Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077 if anyone wanted. Hightower, who plays the street gangster friend of V in Cyberpunk 2077, recently appeared on our show, the XB Podcast, to discuss his personal career of voice acting, as well as his role in the heavily anticipated game, and also his experience of recording his lines for the role. He says this, listen, I don't want to be the one to say, Hightower stated, we could make a DLC upload of Jackie Wells if anyone wanted. He refers to the fans. For those who want Jackie in their ear as they do missions, he laughed. Then this was commented. It says, you should come back as a radio host. So when we're driving through Night City, you can run a radio station, I said. Jason replied in Jackie Wells' voice, "This is Jackie Wells 98.7 before laughing. Who would like to see a prequel DLC with Jackie, or perhaps, like they suggested, something like Johnny Silverhand, where it's kind of like a chip upload in your mind, and maybe he is some sort of ghost running around with you." I don't think CD Projekt Red would take that path. I think they would rather perhaps take the prequel path, simply because it would make Johnny's character less unique and impactful, having like two ghosts roaming around, you know what I'm saying, in the world of Cyberpunk 2077. But yeah, let us know what you think here. It says, would you like to see the incredible Jason Hightower come back as the most loved street kid? Let us know below, and tag CD Projekt on Twitter stating hashtag bring back Jackie. So yeah, if you want to see him return, hashtag that out on Twitter. Go for it. Let's see what can happen. Now, a lot of you actually really do wish that you could play the first 6 months montage with Jackie. I immediately thought this the moment that montage was happening. It says, I wish each life path had a unique set of quests that would reveal and explain Night City in their own perspective, ultimately leading to Jackie Wells. If you choose to team with him, you unlock Jackie's missions, growing your reputation as partners until you get the attention of Dexter Deshawn. I would pay for that. So yeah, you know, and also, again, it was promised that we would be able to have more social activities in the game anyway. So I was like, wow, I don't think we could do any of this in the game at all. And of course, you really can't. You can't go to bars, you can't go to restaurants, you can't hang out with your best bud, Jackie Wells. He just simply dies in the main story arc. When he died during my playthrough, I was like, seriously? Please tell me that's not really it for Jackie. We had hints and signs that he would die, of course, but I really think that was a mistake because he was such a really good character for sure. All right, so yeah, when are we going to be seeing the game come back to the PlayStation Store? So what we do know officially is what is said right here. When is the game coming back to the PlayStation Store? We are working on fixing and updating the game, and are working with Sony to bring Cyberpunk 2077 back to the PlayStation Store as soon as possible. That's all they have stated officially about that, but I thought that kind of got buried in the news as well. So yeah, apparently they're going to be working to try to get Cyberpunk 2077 back on the PSN Store as fast as possible and in working condition. So that's the reason we're seeing delays with the free DLC. It's going to take a lot of time. I think it might take more time than they realize. In fact, they may have to hire more people to get this game fixed. All right, now it's time to go over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below for a chance for it to end up in a video. Let's do this. So, this was the previous video right here. CD Projekt Red boss fights back against fake E3 gameplay and cut content claims. So yeah, there was that Jason Schreier article that gave some details and investigations into the fact that the E3 2018 gameplay demonstration for Cyberpunk was actually faked, and of course that there was cut content from the game because development was so intense. So we got your replies about this whole fiasco and situation. Let's go over it. Color Heart Carly 42 says, to pull a No Man's Sky, one must first shut up. Yeah, so a lot of you are saying, hey, CD Projekt Red, maybe it's time to just keep quiet and start working. Angry Wolf says, Bowowski is largely responsible for the mess. Naturally, he is sighing. So there's that one right there. And then, how do you say this one? Recordtron says, every time CD Projekt Red feels like they're taking a step forward, they double down again with what feels like purulent statements from higher-ups about why it's really not that big of a deal that 70% of their ports shipped in a less desirable way in spite of the crunch. Sure, celebrate the successful aspects, but when serious mistakes were so visibly made with this tone, doesn't really play that well, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. IR Hungry Man says, if they really want to No Man's Sky this game, then they should do what Hello Games did. Stop talking and just work on the damn game. Yeah, Hello Games, they went silent for a very, very, very long time, for sure. Now, also, we have some more top comments. Let's dive into those right now. Techno Core says, you can only fight back against cut content claims to people who haven't played the game. Because if you've played the game, you certainly didn't need an investigation report to know a lot of stuff is missing from the game, even if you didn't watch any pre-launch media. And then 10 May says, don't they realize all we know these executives will lie to your face all day long? People are really feeling it for sure. Joseph says, features come and go. Okay, then don't promise them. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to be marketing something, you got to be marketing it to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? Don't go above and beyond what you can actually create. Make sure you show features and things in the game that you know for a fact that will be in the final build. You know, I just don't get how they don't learn from previous companies and their mistakes. We've seen this happen way too often. To see it happen again, it's just, for me, somewhere along the development road here, they have dropped the ball, certainly. But for me, again, I'm enjoying Cyberpunk 2077, pushing through the glitches and issues, and that, I'm sorry, that shouldn't really be the case, but I am still enjoying it despite the glitches and issues. Let me know how you guys are enjoying it. Stay tuned for more updates about the game. And let me know if you would love to see a Jackie Wells type like prequel DLC or something sound off. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.